Hey everybody, how's it going out there in internet land? I hope you're doing well. Today I'm here to talk to you about a very powerful tool in writing known as metaphor. So a metaphor is when you compare two seemingly unrelated nouns without the use of like or as. So there's a bunch of instances of metaphors being in songs. I'm just gonna list a couple up for you. And I'm also going to show you how to add this to your own writing. So if you know Katy Perry's song Firework, you'll be familiar with this next line. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. So the metaphor in that would be and then being compared to a firework. Here's another one. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. So with that one, it would be I, or the narrator is, I am bulletproof. Very self-explanatory. This one's one of my favorite ones. It's from the movie Mulan. It's in the section where they're talking about they're doing a training montage and they don't know that she's in the army yet. So this one is be a man. We must be swift as a coursing river. Goes on from there. And in this case, the two things that are being compared are the man and the river. So how do we start using metaphors in songs? Well, the first step is just to figure out the two things that you're going to be comparing. So you're going to need something to write with or a sheet of paper. For me, I've got my laptop right in front of me. And you're on the sheet of paper or your phone, whatever you got, you're going to write a list of unrelated nouns. So for this demonstration, I've got a couple already. So we've got wind, snow, road, and blanket. Easy enough. Next, what you want to do is you want to put the two of them, you want to put them in groups of two. So these groups of two will be the metaphors. So for right now, let's say we'll do wind, road, and snow, blanket. Next up, what you want to do is you want to add words that link them. So remember, you can't use like or add as when you're using metaphor specifically. So I'm going to go with, let's say, wind is my road. And for snow and blanket, we'll go snow a blanket. So here's a quick pro tip. If by the end of this you're going to be ending up with a couple of lines, so if those lines aren't really running or flowing as smooth as you want to go back, you want to circle back to this step specifically, because a lot of times what I find in writing is that it's not necessarily the nouns always that are the issue, or the two things that we're comparing that are the issue, but it's the stuff that's right in between. So if you can sort of tweak that stuff that's right in between, you might be able to find a way to make it flow and make a little bit more sense. And then also, if you're really stuck, just why don't you try switching the two nouns, the order. So in this example that I wrote, I have wind, road first, but you could go road, wind, and then see what you can come up with that. So finally, what you want to do is you want to end up all of your metaphors or your activity for today. All you need to do is just add something that makes the metaphor that you wrote make sense, or it gives it a little bit of context. So this is called expanding the metaphor, right? So my first one is wind is my road. So I'm going to say something like, the wind is my road. Then my second line is going to expand on that thought. So in this instance, what I'm actually trying to say is it twists and turns. Those are what those two things have in common, right? And then the next example was snow a blanket, right? So for this one, let's say, actually not really in love with a, so I'm going to switch that over to the. So we're going to say snow was the blanket, and then we'll say the second line, giving it a little bit more meaning. On my parents' driveway. Just like that, we've got a couple of couplets, 2-line groups. All right, guys. Oh, as always, I hope you're out there taking care of yourself and practicing social distancing and all this stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.